Okay, so now we're going to look at some factoring stuff, review of that. So when we're factoring out a monomial from a polynomial, really what that is telling you is that is our first type of factoring. We're just doing GCF. So greatest common factor. What can I pull out of every single term? When I look at this, I'm going to have, right now I have two terms. These are binomials. You could have more terms. So I'm looking at what can I pull out, or what divides nicely out of 10 and 30. If I need to, I could write my factors off to the side, but I know that 10 does go into 30, so I'm going to divide 10 from both of these. I'm looking at what letters do they have in common. They both have W's, and they both have X's. All right, they don't both have Y's, so I can't take the Y out. When I'm looking at it with the W's, the most I can take out of both of them is that W to the fourth, because the other one doesn't have 4, so I'm going to take a W to the fourth. And the X's, there are 5 on this side and 3 on this side, so the most I can take out of both of them is 3, because I don't want to get into negative numbers. So what I'm dividing out, this is my GCF, and I need to write that at the beginning of my factoring problem. So my GCF is going to be 10 W to the fourth, X to the third, and then I'm going to do my parentheses, and I'm going to reduce each one of these fractions. So 10 divides into 10 one time completely. They cancel out. W's, 4 on the top. I'm going to subtract those from the top. So W to the 9 minus 4 is 5, and X to the third, X to the fifth, I'm going to subtract those 3 from the top, and I have X to the second. I have a positive 30 divided by a 10. That will give me positive 3. Those cancel out. W to the fourth cancels out with top and bottom. They match exactly, so they subtract each other out. X to the third cancels out with X to the third. And then I'm just left with that Y to the eighth that is going to be part of your other term. So GCF, and then I divide each one, I simplify each fraction, and that will be my answer. So when we're looking at the next problem, we'll just change colors just for the fun of it. 24 and 12. I do know that 12 does go into 24, so I'm going to divide both of these by 12. If all of the letters were to cancel out, like, then I would want to do 12 divided by 12 would be 1. I would want to write that coefficient. We tend to be math-wise a little lazy and not write them. Then looking at letters that they both have V's, they both have W's, and I can take 4 V's from both, and I can take 2 W's from both. And then I'm going to reduce each one of these. So 24 divided by 12 is going to be 2. So write your GCF. 12 V to the fourth W squared. Make your parentheses. Dividing that out, 24 divided by 12 is 2. Subtracting the exponents, I have V to the fourth on top and bottom. They cancel out. W squared cancels out. Left with that X to the third. I have a negative 12 divided by 12 is a negative 1. You could put that 1 if you want. We are going to have more stuff following it. So V to the fourth on bottom, V to the eighth on top. I'm going to subtract W squared and W on top. So I have V to the 8 minus 4 is 4. W to the 9 minus 2 is 7. All right, and that coefficient of that negative 1, I need the negative, but I don't necessarily need the 1. So you can have it or not have it. It's your choice.